There you go. Technical difficulties. We've had nothing but technical difficulties this evening. Unfortunately, David has got a serious migraine. That's the worst thing you can get. I don't know if Deborah's going to join us. And we know that Shadow is going to join us. He's waiting in the wings, or as like we to call it, the green room. He's waiting in the green room, ready to rock and roll. Hopefully, I'll have him unmuted anyway. You have to excuse me. I've got a new microphone here, and for some reason, I think I'm on radio. Welcome to the radio show. For some reason, I don't know why. And I've got new headphones. I had the little ones that fitted in your ear, and I ended up with earache. It's not a good thing to have. Anyway, so what kind of show are we going to have today? I have no idea. We're going to chat about RC and all that sort of lovely stuff. So let's see. Oh, yes, buy me a coffee. Look at this. Look, hang on. I've got this set up somewhere. Here we go. Look, here we go. Look. Buy me a coffee. Yes. If you want to see more stuff on this channel, then buy us a coffee. If you like Dad's RC Hanger, buy us a coffee. It's about £1,000 a coffee. It's quite cheap, but it's lovely coffee. So we're all good. Don't worry about that. So, I don't know what it is. I think I set it up at silly money, but I thought, well, it'd be really cool if we got that sort of started, really. So let's see who we got here. Pilot Jerry in the house. We've also got Victor in the house. Michael, how you doing? Wow, awesome. And of course, Northeast FPV. I'll tell you what, let's shoot over. Now, we did have some technical difficulties. I can't say that word today. Technical difficulties. There we go. With Shadow. But let's see. Let's see if. Here he is. Yes, Shadow. How you doing, buddy? Have we got you? Can you hear us? Oh no. Is he there? Shadow? Are you there? Can you hear me? I think you're muted. Are you there? I think you muted yourself. It's all good. Today's we're going to call it Dad's RC Hanger Technical Difficulties Day. We just wait to Shadow Ops sorts his audio out. Hiya, how are you all? No, you're still muted. Yeah. Hang on, let me see. We're okay. You just chill out, talk amongst yourselves, say hello. I can't hear you. You've muted yourself. Definitely muted. It says, guest has muted themselves. So, somewhere around there, you've muted. Anyway. Hi all, how you doing? Welcome to the Saturday Night Live. Unfortunately, we are without the Quarterholics, David and Deborah. Deborah might still turn up, but I can hear. Yeah, I can't hear you. Yeah, Shadow Ops has just said he can't hear me. He can hear me, but I can't hear you. There's strange things on themselves. Yes, you're here. So you're back. Around there. Oh, I can hear myself as well. No. Are we good? I can hear you. I think it was just me, maybe. Let's get our little hellos there. You sound great to me. Just what it is now. Random. So, are you there? I can hear you. I don't know.
I can only hear you through YouTube.
Really? Random. That is. Can everyone else hear me? Just do a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hey, Reckham, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, Reckham. Good morning.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yes. Can you hear me? Right, guys, give us a thumbs up if you can hear everybody. That's what we need. That's it. Yeah, he said that's it.
Software being software.
There we go. I can hear you. You can hear me. Northeast FBB. F. My lips have gone today. FPV. He said he can hear you. I don't know. It's whatever can go wrong will go wrong. So where are we at the moment, Shadow? Can you? Yeah, he said that. Yeah, Shadow can only hear you through. I need to. All good now. They said they can hear you and everything. It's all right. Stand by. We'll get going. It's not a problem. Michelangelo. I need to turn. You're blue. I need to do that via the website. I can't do it. North F. Here we go. So we add moderator to you.
Murphy's Law.
Can you hear me now? I can hear you. We're good, I think. I think we're good. Murphy's Law. If it's going to go wrong, it will go wrong. I'm having one of them days today with my speech. Anyway, can you hear me anyway, Shadow? Or only through YouTube? Is he typing something? No. Yeah. Shadow had a few problems earlier on. So let me close the. Oh, okay. He's going to go for a second. He's going to go. Don't worry, Shadow's going to disappear. And while you're doing that, I'm making everyone a moderator because you're all family. There you go. Everyone should have a blue name. So there we go. Hold tight. Oh, holds tight. Oh, I can't speak. I can't type. There we go. Turn that frown upside down. Well, I'll tell you what. We don't know what we're going to talk about because obviously David and Deborah from the Quadaholics will be talking to us about their quad adventures. So we're going to talk about anything and everything, really. I mean, I think if Shadow Ops dies on me, like he just did, I think he's rebooting. So let's talk about glue. We're going to talk about what glue does Dad RC Hanger use? Right, my favourite epoxy. 5 minute. There we go. It's Benchcraft. 5 minute epoxy. Hardener resin. It stinks, but it's great stuff. I love it. I think it's brilliant. Super glue, industrial grade, not for foam. Nope. Oh, Shadow's calling back. We talk about glue. We love about glue. Here we go. He's back. Are you back? Or are you just back?
I'm back, and I can hear you through Ecamm now.
Fantastic. That is a good.
I think it was an error when I hooked up the Ecamm, so...
That's okay. That's okay. Hi, Nathan. I've lost you now. How do you say that? Nathan IL. Nathan EL? Nathan EL. Anyway, I was just going to say while you was there, we don't know what we're going to talk about. So I can hear myself sort of repeating myself. It's so annoying. Anyway, we're just going to say my favourite epoxy is Benchcraft 5 minute epoxy. Have you used this, Eric?
No, I've heard about it. I usually use Gorilla Glue because usually I have to wait a week or two for anything else to get here.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, this is, I mean, I've had this for quite a while now, but it's great stuff, and it says what it says on the tin or the plastic bottle. 5 minutes, it's hard as nails. I put this on the motor mount on the FIU yesterday, if you saw it, which I'm sure you did. My favourite thing, which is blue threadlock. That's also a must.
Blue, you don't really want to use red with any of the stuff we do.
You use red, it's game over. You'll never get it back up again.
It's basically welding it if you use red.
Oh, don't. Can you imagine trying to get the screw off? What we got here? We got what else have we got here? We got lots of foam-friendly glue. I got lots of.
So I got a good question.
Go on.
I'm about to have a plane that I'm gonna have to glue the canopy on. What glue do you guys recommend? Because I know normal epoxy will eat it
There you go. Can
or
you see
fog it
that?
up. So actual canopy glue.
Zap, it's called. I think you can get it in the US. Zap canopy glue. I
Okay,
can't speak
I
to that.
know Motion sells Zap, but I can probably find it on Amazon as well.
Yeah, I mean, I got this from Amazon. Canopy glue is great. It's basically, it looks like white glue, basically. I think have I got rid of the
Like that
comments?
Elmer's school glue.
Yeah, it's just random white glue, and but it dries clear.
Okay.
So that's brilliant canopy glue. It does what this was that Shuhu glue. Yeah, try. What's that? Had to use epoxy yet? Never. Yeah, epoxy. I mean, if you watched the F4U engine mount build on Friday Feeding yesterday, I actually glued that in with epoxy um, with the resin. You can't use foam tack because foam tack you need to seal the surface, open it up, get all them strings, get a bit of air in for about 60 seconds. You'd say that, and then smack. And it's obviously it's not like a hard glue, so it lets you move, which is great for
It's
surfaces.
flexible, which is good for foam pieces, but not for something you need to be hard.
That's it. That's the one. And I got a Beacon foam tack. There you go. That's my little foam tack. It's probably back to front, actually. I just didn't realise that. Sorry, hang on. Hang on, because I mirrored myself. Here we go. Foam tack.
Yeah, mirroring will do that.
Yep. Beacon glue. No canopy glue. What else did it? Oh, yeah, the bench calf would have been backwards as well. There you go, bench calf. You can get that from Motion RC, which I got that from. Also,
How hard does that stuff turn yellow after a while? Because that's my only complaint, even with the clear Gorilla Glue, is after a while it turns yellow.
what the
The
bench calf?
Benchcraft.
Well, I don't use this on. I mean, some of my stuff hasn't gone yellow, and we all know that if the planes are in the sun, there's some reaction with the UV that will do stuff to paint. But it's a bit like people were saying with the. We can't get the spray stuff in the UK, and it is so annoying. We can only get the tub of polyacrylic. In the States, you can get the spray,
Okay.
can't you? But
You might be able to. I'd have to look.
I've tried everywhere, and it's only in the US. But that obviously to protect your aeroplanes in the sun as well. But apparently that turns yellow after a long time. But I mean, I've got bits of. I mean, I've never. A lot of my planes haven't seen the light of day. So, Wayne's RC,
Hey,
how you doing? I'm trying to catch up with people because then I want to make everyone that
same here
comes.
with my planes.
Yeah, as I say, they haven't seen. I'm just trying to make people the moderator because it's nice all to be a moderator, isn't it? Have a blue name.
Only
It's a
the
bit
ones
different.
that I bought from Dave's RC that have seen the light of day.
Well, I wish mine had seen the light of day, but they're not. I've got some in here that have been here for however long I've been had planes, but a year and a half, and none of the glue's yellow. So,
Well, they've been pretty strict on the COVID quarantine where you're at too, though.
well, put it this way: I was actually I don't know who I was talking to now, but the last time I was at the field was summer of 2019. Can you believe that?
Wow.
It's we was in a major lockdown in the beginning because obviously after the summer the weather's crap and
Right.
then
Well,
you've
and
got
you
the
get a lot
winter.
more rain than we do too.
Oh, I mean, we're in April at the moment and it's normally called April showers, but it's
Right.
today is like 15 whatever that is in Fahrenheit, is it? I don't know, 15 Celsius I believe it is. So there we go, Nathan. There you go. Nate, how do you say that?
Oh,
Nathan.
yeah, we normally get a lot of rain in April too, but it's been dry. In fact, it's supposed to be 70 and sunny here today.
Damn. But you get, I mean,
70 Fahrenheit, that is.
Yeah. But over there, it's more. it's a humid heat, is it, or is it a dry heat?
Well, so where I'm at, I'm on the east side of mountains, basically. So unless it's raining or snowing, we don't have humidity.
Hmm. See, that's a nice heat. I mean, in the UK, it gets very muggy, and you stand there and you sweat. It's a horrible sun. Unless you're at the beach. If you're at the beach, happy days. But what else we got here? Just more glue. What we got here? We got this speed bond is a good thing for wood glue. Bonds wood and fabric. Now I've been using this in the my bolsters, which is a great thing. What else we got? This and then debonder. It's always a good thing. Oh, after run. Talking of after run, which is for the nitro. Everyone, if you're interested in nitro engines, keep a lookout. We've got. One of our people is going to be Captain Blas from the Petronic Brothers, plus a couple other guests, all about nitro planes. That will be awesome because I'm still looking for a nitro engine for my Spitfire. I want to. I don't want to go
Ooh,
for
that'll
standard
be
Sato.
sweet.
Oh, dude, that is the next build after the FOU, which is. You saw them props last night, yeah. You saw for you. Oh wow. I love this plane anyway. I think it's all warbirds I love, and that scared the life out of me. Scared the bejesus out of me. But,
What size, what CC you think you're gonna go with for that motor?
well, for the Spitfire, I don't know. I was
Sorry,
looking at
engine, because it's not electric. You're talking gas, so engine, not motor.
Yeah, so yeah. I was looking at the 62B, the same as I put in the Tiger. But trouble is,
Okay.
I might go with a total different engine from the Sato, and even a petrol, because I want the exhausts to come out the proper exhausts of the Spitfire, and to do that you need
and
to.
with nitro, you have to have the big expansion chamber on it, and the gas you don't.
Yeah, that's exactly. There is an engine, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's got like the two exhausts sticking at the back. It's got the box, but the two sticking at the back.
Yeah, there's a couple like that. I know Motion sells a couple, but they might not be the right size you need.
Oh, there you go. Northwest FPV said it was 59 today. So 59 Fahrenheit, roughly. About
Yeah,
that.
I would have looked it up, but I don't want to muck with anything where I've had so many problems with computers this morning.
No, don't do stuff. We don't want to lose you. We lost Deborah. We lost David. So what's this? Shadow Ups RC. It hurts pretty bad. I hope the surgery works. What's that about?
Nathaniel Poling has to have his wrist fused. Not fused. He had some bone die in his forearm. And they have to go in and remove it. And if that doesn't work, then they're gonna fuse it, he told me. But hopefully just removing the bone and then putting it back together will work. Because if they fuse it, he'll be finding a different career.
Oh, jeez, man. Wow. Well, I hope that goes well for you, buddy. It's amazing what they can do these days in hospitals.
I'm gifting him a Blade 400, so I've chatted on the phone with him a little bit. So,
wow, that's pretty cool of you, man. Well, hopefully, when's he got to go in hospital? When you're in hospital? When's he in hospital?
He has a couple more weeks. So he's 2 hours from me too. So he's 2 hours southeast of me as well.
Okay. Well, wow. It's always horrible when you hear about these things. Obviously, today the UK is in mourning for Prince Philip, who passed away. So it was his funeral today.
Was it just old age? Because they haven't said much.
Really? Wow.
Was it old age that King Philip died from? I know he had surgery a couple weeks back.
I don't know myself. I think it was, no one really knows. He came out of hospital and everyone was like, yeah, I think he's come out of hospital to be with the Queen. But yeah, he passed away 99. So that was today, the funeral. I don't know if it's viewed in the States or shown in the States. So I'm sure
they might have glimpses.
There's a lot of people in the States that love our royal family, so that's good. But it was a crazy thing. Anyway, we talk about RC. So what have you been doing with yourself, Eric? I mean, bits and pieces. 22nd. Good luck on the 22nd, buddy. There you go. He's just said my surgery's on the 22nd.
So
next week.
the plan was to work on stuff while talking to you, but I'm not even in the same room. So as you can tell, I don't have planes behind me or anything.
Yeah. See it when.
I got the part I needed to fix my drone because what happened is, so it can run two 1S batteries in series. It has a little board that jumps them into series.
Mm-hmm.
The solder's popped on it, so I've been waiting for that. I got it yesterday. I just got to solder it on, and then I was working on my Nitro RC truck, but my USB ports decided to just say, I'm not working today on that computer. So
Oh, crappers. That's always
they
the
were
way,
working. They were working, and then they stopped. So I plugged my mouse into the back of the computer at work, and then when I plugged my camera in, they would both not work. So it was only letting me run one auxiliary component, basically.
Now, do you think it's a power thing in there, or is it just the USB drivers or something random?
Something. It might be drivers. It might be the ports themselves, but I'll find out later.
Yeah, I mean, there's. I've been making a movie because I've been putting ethos on my X10, which is the new FR Sky OS, which is fantastic. It's like OpenTX on steroids. I love it. But there's a couple of programs. I mean, I'm on my Mac here, but on the PC, on my laptop, there's a couple of programs that I'll have to let you know that are great to download. And then if you've got a problem with the USB, I know you saw my video on the S6R or whatever it is.
Yeah, I had to return mine because I updated everything in the radio and the receivers, and they still wouldn't talk to it. And my old receivers worked just fine, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe it was because my USB ports themselves on the computer are
maybe
acting up, and that's why. I don't know.
God knows. I've got some fun stuff actually. I've got. Where is it? If I can find it. There we go. If I can find that one. I cleaned up the hanger the other day. I found 6 receivers in boxes.
Wow.
I know. It was like, I haven't got a receiver.
Christmas.
Happy days. But also what I got is these extra 4 channels that you connect to the S8R through the S bus that gives you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought you hooked that to S bus and then you can have more channels with one receiver.
That's it. I mean, you can add 2 receivers together on the same channel.
You still use the S bus, right, to do that?
Yeah, but it's the expense of another S8R or whatever it is. Just silly.
Right.
These are pennies. But I was trying to find where my little programmer was. Oh, look at this. Now, that's something to talk about. Go on.
That's what I was working on. I lost a screw here in the steering last week.
The turnbuckle, was that the turnbuckle?
Yeah, for the rack. So the turnbuckle is actually up. Sorry, here. There's a trailing rack in here that's metal that screw fell out of, and then I put a different coilover shock on it.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, because you saw that running with the engine, didn't we?
Yeah, I was actually gonna do driving around video when that screw fell out. So,
so is it on its way, the screw, or?
Well, I have a complete chassis for parts that don't have a motor on it.
Right.
So I just had to still the screw off of that.
Happy days. Well, you saw my armor truck, didn't you, the other day?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just insane.
That's the Big Rock, right?
Yeah, that is the Big Rock version 3, is it, or whatever it is? But that's just insane. I mean, I would try to get David down to do a bit of quad cam, but unfortunately he wasn't able to come down. But I have got some bits and pieces. Where is it? I probably won't be able to find it. Stick my head back here. I got some upgrades. LEDs. What's that?
Nathaniel had a question. I could do that, and I was gonna actually just switch it all the way over to XT30 and then just buy 2S packs for it. But the batteries I have are in good shape. So once the batteries I have are toast, I'll convert it completely over to just have to use one 2S battery instead of two 1S in series.
What's this for?
Oh, my little Emacs drone.
Oh, the little drone, yeah. Well, it's just, yeah, converting it's just as easy, isn't it? It should be fine.
Because the battery, when I go from the two 1S batteries to one 2S, I can get 4 of those 1S batteries for less than $20, and 3 of the 2S batteries are like $30. So
$30. Well, who do you get them off? What's the make?
well, I've been looking at Amazon. That there's Jim B, or I can't remember, and Tattoo. And there's a couple off brands, but until these batteries I have are toast, I'm gonna just leave it stock. So
look, EQ's here. Hello, buddy. How you doing, EQ? We'll have to get him on one day, don't you think so?
Oh yeah, he's really good at building stuff.
Connect 1 to 1S and series.
Correct. I don't want to right now because I just don't want it. When these batteries are toast, I will do something.
Get the batteries out. But listen, I've got these upgrades for the armor truck, and they're my lights. I mean, these are so cool. These are 3D printed, and like so, you got your headlights, you got your blinkers, your indicators.
Oh, cool!
And then you got your tail lights, and they work through a little RF controller. And then you've got this really cool
Does it just
rack.
go into one spot on the receiver, right?
Yeah. It goes power from the receiver. So it's got the headlights and it's got a power for the receiver. Where's the actual? I got it the other day.
All you need is, I believe, a 3-channel receiver, because all you need is power. You don't need signal.
Well, you get power, and then you've got this. Sorry, I'm making tons of noise. Then you get this little remote control. Then you get this little remote control, which obviously changes the mode, the speed, and the light levels. The dog's entered the chat. I don't know if you saw that. Eric, did you see that? That's what you do.
Yeah, sorry, my daughter's got my attention.
That's fine. The children are more important than Dad's RC. Trust me. So, but yeah, that's a little gizmo. I mean, Northeast FPV. I can never say that right. He's saying about the armor truck. Definitely get an armor truck. I mean, a lot of the channels that I watch, they bash it. So they bash the head out of the truck. Me, I was just.
You definitely get more for your money with armor over Traxxas.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you've got a Spectrum as well. Spectrum batteries, should I say? It's the IC5 connector, is it? Is that correct?
The new connector, yeah, the IC one with the third wire for telemetry.
That's it, and it's got a little gold pin. In fact, I've got some actually. I was going to. There we go. I was going to solder up these, but I decided not to. But,
I personally, because I'd rather get more stuff. I mean, eventually I'll have an Arma RC car, but I've been buying Red Cat a lot. Now, in the past, they weren't that great, but recently, a lot of their stuff's a lot better, and the out-the-door price is a lot less than even Arma.
Here you go. See that third pin? That's how it sends the telemetry. Yeah, I mean, I think that you say that you only want one truck. It's like
It's just like the planes. It's never enough.
this is it. It's like but mind you, some of the armor trucks, the really cool ones, it's crazy money, absolute crazy money.
Oh, I know the felony and infraction are like $650 or something like that.
And then
I know it's a little less for you because the pound goes a little further now than the dollar does, but
well, it's still around about that because then you've got shipping and everything. And don't forget,
right?
Horizon Hobby don't direct ship anymore to the UK, so we go through our
Oh, that's
local
so
shops.
stupid.
Oh, it's crazy because Motion RC Europe, they do it. It's all about VAT and taxes.
I think
and
that's
stuff.
why they came out with RC Europe was because they knew they would save a little bit of money serving the people in Europe.
Yeah, I mean it's really cool. So what we got? What's that? You should check out YouTube channel RC Girl. She has some great videos. I do. RC Girl is. I do follow her, and I do have a chit chat with her. She does some fantastic crawlers. She's brought some crawler trucks out. I mean, go and see.
That's one of
RC
the
Girl.
things she started out doing was crawlers and crawler kits, actually, where she would put them together.
Well, I mean, the latest one I think she did. I can't remember the name, but it looks so real. I think if you'd not been watching like RC Girl, but you was watching some sort of film or something, you'd think it's correct. You think it's the real thing. It's fantastic what
Right.
they've done. So, the kids are mayhem for you today. Sorry, but it is early for you, isn't it, Eric? It's what time is it over there for you?
It's 10:36 for me. I didn't get any sleep, so.
Crappers. Well, we won't keep you too long. I mean, if you need.
Oh, I'm fine being on here.
No, that's all right. Then.
Just what aggravated it is computers being computers.
Yeah, well, computers are computers, and they always do the wrong thing at the wrong time. But
they have a mind of their own sometimes.
I believe they do. You're probably right there, mate. But yeah, RC Girl, I mean, she actually started flying aeroplanes. I don't know if you saw. I think it's the Trojan.
Yeah, she did. Within the last 6-7 months, she started doing airplanes.
Yeah.
So,
which was kind of cool, to see that. I mean, I think once you're in RC's RC. Obviously, I love my planes. I love my warbirds.
I think the point is to have fun.
Yeah, you got it. That's what it's all about. Fun. It's like someone said something. I think when I done the armor truck, someone commented, "Oh no, trucks, boring." And it's like no. Anything that gives me fun, it's not boring,
Well, you do have a couple people like EQ. He paints cars for a living. So you can understand why he doesn't do surface stuff.
Yeah, true.
And then Spencer Keith, he hang on a second, my kids are being loud.
It's all right.
Guys, I'm on a show live right now. Be quiet.
Debbie, yeah. It's great. Sorry,
Spencer Keith. I can't remember exactly what he does, but he deals with cars all day.
Right.
He's not a salesman. I think he's a finance guy, but he deals with cars all day long too. So when he's done with work, or drive one.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, it's yeah. I mean, it's I do smart systems and bits and pieces for a living, and sometimes you can be on the PC all day long if you're not on site, and it's the last thing you want to do is look at a PC. It's like no.
Right.
So what's it? Oh, here we go. Well, sorry I'm late, but life happened. That's okay.
All good, pterodactyl.
Let's make him a blue one. I like making people blue. Hang on, where we go? Blue. Where are you? Add moderator. There you go.
I mean, some of the other guys had their reasons for not doing it, but I'm the same way. I like when I do premieres or when I do a live with my plane that's supposed to be here today. If it's not late, I like to make people moderators too. So
yeah, it's it's a part of the family. It's almost like we're in a virtual playing field, a virtual flying
Yep.
club. Everyone's the same. Everyone's having a laugh.
Well,
And this is why I
you'll
do it.
know if someone's new or not too,
Mm.
because it's the contrast from the gray to the blue.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of new people in here. We reached 8 people today, so that's a bonus. Come on,
Hey,
come on.
8's better than 5, right?
It's better
Because when
than
you gave
5.
the drone away, we had 5.
It was, yeah. We need to find a different time, maybe. I don't know. It's a funny
for
day.
us in the States, it's like the perfect time when people are going to go fly.
Yeah.
Or they're already out flying. So I can understand why we're not seeing as many guys from over here in the States. So I can't really go fly today unless it's my drone, because where I go fly is overrun with little kids playing soccer right now. So
right, okay. Yeah, that's not good. Well, yeah, what's the time now? It's 5:40 in the UK of an evening, 17:40. So it's one of these things that it's just I'd like to do the live shows. One, it's just nice to chat to people like yourself and other people, but I think in England it's also probably the wrong time because it's the time when everyone's having their dinner and all that sort of
supper,
stuff. Yeah,
or they're just getting home from work.
From flying. So everyone's got back from the field, unless it's a really nice day like today, and you haven't burnt all your batteries. But yeah,
Right.
so maybe we should look at.
And you didn't have to do what I did yesterday, get all the way to the flying field and forget your propeller. So then you come back, get your
No.
propeller, and then the sprinklers are on and people are letting their dogs run everywhere. So I had to drain the battery when I got home.
Well, that sucks. But I've got you trumped. Because I took the armor truck to the field. Okay, I don't know if you've seen the video. I took the armor truck to the field, and Dave was going to come and meet me, and I was going to do an unboxing while I was waiting for him. Well, why not do it at the field? It's only a truck. I took out the remote, and I didn't have AA batteries. So you pay excess amount for the armor truck, and it doesn't come with 4 cheap ass AA batteries. But I thought that's okay. Quickly text David. David, when you come down, if you've got batteries, fantastic. I could have gone down the road, I just couldn't be bothered. So
yeah,
David was running.
That kind of pisses me off with RC cars. They say ready to run, whether they're electric or nitro, and they're not ready to run. Even if they come with a battery for the motor, if it's an electric one, like you still need a battery for the controller. And with my nitro cars, you need batteries for the controller and the receiver.
Well, I mean that was. Hang on, I haven't got to the good part. Now David was fixing my drone, my quad, which has got the turbo blades. I don't know if you've seen these. I've got new motors for these because the Diatone's a great quad, but they've made it as cheap as possible. And also
when you buy those ready to fly ones, that's usually the way it is. You get okay components, but they're there's definitely cost cutting.
Well, David's he's put a lot of new stuff in here. I think we're putting a TBS receiver in as well. But anyway, so he was late because he was doing that for me, and so I was at the field, basically daydreaming, on the phone, chatting to a few people, and he brought his 4 AA batteries down. I thought, fantastic, let's go and drive the truck. Then I realised that it wasn't an XD90; it was an IC5 connector. So
at least it's a connector you can get. Yeah, that's the annoying thing about Traxxas. They have their own proprietary plug.
How do they?
And also they behave similar to the IC series plugs that Arma has and E-Flight has, right? Where you'll get telemetry and stuff like that. But the problem is, if you have to do an adapter like I do, it's got a battery LiPo voltage warning built into it if you use their plug. But if you use an adapter like I do for my Traxxas Slash, you don't have that. So you have to just keep an eye on when the battery voltage starts to sag. You know how you get less and less power to, oh, I need to stop.
Before it starts going in front. Well, that's what I had to do. I stuck an EC5, which is the blue ones, that fit
Right,
into
which
the
is,
orange.
aren't they the
ones
same
instead.
shape as the IC? They just don't have that plug.
That's it. I've got one here somewhere.
They just don't have that third plug, and the color's different.
Here's one here. It's a little connector. Here's one we made earlier. If I get this out, yeah, it's that one there.
Okay.
So this is basically an XD90 to the EC5, which is the same as the IC5 without the little connector. So that's what I was doing. I was, we might as well show my new motors as well. That's what I was doing, is stopping, taking the lid off, putting my battery, and checking the battery to see how much I got left, and I did run it down a bit low. So when I got back, I had to put it to storage charge really gently. So I got some iFlight motors for the Cinewhoop, which are the 2300 kV Xing, which if you can see those. So that is
so 20. You said 2300 or 2303 kV? Because I can figure your RPM out right now. That's why I asked.
Hang on, where is it? 2300. 2300 kV. Yeah. So what's the RPM of that?
What's your? Is that a 4S or a 3S?
Oh, crikey. That's a 3S. That's a 3S. But since I put the turboprops on, according to David, because David done a test flying, he said it was a bit late.
You got some serious RPM with those motors. That's all I'm going to tell you.
There you go. That's why David said get them. So we got 4 of those that we're going to put in.
My prop on my RC plane is 7,300 RPM with the KV. Now I probably don't have the numbers precise, but you're talking between 25 and 27,000 RPM with those motors and 3S voltage. Jeez. So because you times the voltage by the KV, and that's what your max RPM is.
Oh, right. I didn't know that. Okay, so, yeah, so you have to run that past again, so if anyone didn't hear that, because I didn't know how to do that. So
I learned that from another drone guy. I can't remember who it was, but when you time, so if you have 3S or 4S, 4S is 14.8 volts. You times that by the kV of the motor, and that's what your max RPM will be.
Wow. I didn't know that. There you go. Look at that. Eric from Shadow Ops RC brought it to you first here on Dad's RC, because I didn't know that. Wow, that's fast.
Yeah, but those are small motors too, though. They are going to spin up quicker. Well, and having multiple blades like that, it's probably going to be a little less because you do have more drag with the multiple blades, but it's still a lot of RPM.
Yeah, well, this is what David was saying. He was saying, I must admit, with these blades, the turboprops, excuse me, it does sound like an EDF. I know everyone's laughing.
It does. They sound sweet.
It's honestly, you got to hear it. David put it up in the air, and I was sort of looking around, and is there someone flying at the field today? That sounds like an EDF. And honestly, when you
and it's not like your small EDF either. It's a good sound.
It's like a 90 million, 80 mil EDF. It's you wouldn't know that it was a quad. I was really, really surprised. It was a jaw-dropping thing. I mean, I've got a video somewhere, but I won't put it on now, but because you won't even you don't hear it properly. I think Wayne's gone EQ. I'm not sure, but if terror. But yeah, if you do get a chance to use a turboprop, just do them. They are cheap as chips as well. They are pennies. And
when I go to a slightly bigger one, I will with because I have the Emax Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle. The best performance you can get with those is the stock prop. So Well, performance versus efficiency. So
Right.
when I go to a little bit bigger quad, which I will in the next few months, I'll probably try some of those props. But because it's
Checking it
only
out.
about this big with the props off. So
Right. Okay. Well, that's your Diddy one, but it's cool. I mean, I really liked your FPV that you done on your airplane the other day. That was really, really cool.
more coming. I'm gonna probably fly more like that. But I've got 1,000 flight hours when I was in the Army overseas in Iraq. So it's easy for me. Now, other people, it might be easier to do line of sight like you normally would with RC. But for me, except for like flying an RC helicopter, that's been really hard for me. But as soon as I put the goggles on, it's like being back in the drone shelter flying in the Army.
Yeah, it's been in your slippers basically, in your comfy slippers. I mean, that's amazing. Anyway, I mean, you told me a few bits and pieces about what you did, which was fascinating. I know it's not all good and glory, but that's
Lots of
awesome.
looking at dirt and boredom with every now and again some excitement.
Yeah, a couple of push the big red button, but that's still cool. I mean, I think Dom from Essential RC has been flying with Darren, I think it is, or Jason, one of the two. Been flying Spitfires FPV, and when I'm looking on the video, I think the hardest thing that I think that I would find is not knowing where your landing gear is. So you don't know if you're
Yeah.
kind of, unless you've got like telemetry saying that you're whatever feet or whatever meters you are from the ground. That'd be pretty hard to land. I mean, but you don't find that. You're quite
So
at home.
that's the biggest problem people have with FPV is the depth perception. I had to have really good depth perception, even though I wear glasses, to do the job I did in the Army. So, yeah, but that can be an issue because you have to kind of guess where your landing gear are when you're landing.
Mm. So did you have telemetry in your goggles? Like Horizon, the False Horizon.
Nope.
No.
I just had the flight timer, what my batteries were at. I'm trying to think. And then just the name of the generic name the camera VTX combo has.
I'm going to try it. I mean, I've got. Let me just before I answer that, EQ. If no one's seen EQ's Starship Enterprise Maiden, go and see it. EQ's RC. I thought it was brilliant. Did you see that, Eric? I thought it was fantastic. It was scary.
I think I missed it. I need to go see it. But
He done it. It was pitch black, and this Starship Enterprise is all lit up, and he forgot there was a tree down sort of down there or whatever, and it suddenly disappeared. But he found it. I don't think he said he hit the tree, but go and see it. It's awesome.
The first time you fly something like that, I know it's cool, but I definitely would recommend in the middle of the day and with some space, because if you're not used to it, you're gonna crash into stuff.
But mind you, I think the Enterprise looked awesome. I mean, you'd have been people.
I bet it did all lit up.
It did. You probably had your neighbours saying, "Did you see that UFO?" That's how stories start.
He's actually got a replica Predator drone he needs to get out flying too, but it's not as cool because it doesn't have all the lights on it like the Enterprise.
No, I think I've seen his Predator. I was after. They did do a big Predator that I saw on a channel or something that had a dome and had a camera in the dome, and it was pretty awesome. Was this on my long range?
The actual Predator is actually the length of a standard size school bus, but it's so light and designed to fly that you can actually pick the nose up and move it around. I mean, they did that so that way they didn't have to create a little tug to move it around. So once it's on the ground and the motor's off, you can actually move it around. Even though it's about 1,000 pounds, you can pick the nose up and rock it on the main gears and move it around.
Wow, that's well. I mean, I would like to see one of those, but yeah, it's crazy. But he said, yeah, EQ said it hit the tree. I thought it did. He said he was watching the movie and you could see it going off, and then it disappeared.
Boom, right into the tree.
Right into the tree. You think with that amount of lighting, you'd actually see the tree, but yeah, whatever. But yeah. So
Well,
anyway,
the tree probably blended into the dark, so you couldn't see it.
oh God, yeah. I mean, it was pitch black. It's like when I go down to visit my mother it's in the country, like deep country, and it's pitch black. Night is night. Here there's all sorts of lights and God knows what else. But
it's never completely dark where you're at, but not when you go to see your mom.
It's dark. But I have a problem with my PIDs, my pupils.
Your tunes, yeah.
Yeah, and if I've got some goggles, some Fat Shark, but I just can't get it. So I get the one image, and it's really really annoying. People said like use the old trough goggles, the big box goggles things. But then obviously I wear my glasses, so I don't know. It's yeah, crazy.
Your non-standard box goggles can be hard for people that wear glasses.
So last thing I want to do is spend loads of money on goggles and say no, that doesn't fit. So I'm
the ones I used. The ones I used. Now that I have the picture adjusted, if you saw the footage from my quad flight to my maiden with my plane, how much better the picture was. It's just because I had the picture adjusted. But those goggles right now are $30 through Hobby King with built-in DVR. You do have to pay shipping because they're coming out of Hong Kong. But I was able to get those goggles to me with the battery for them for $70, which is unheard of. Because the Fat Shark box style goggles are $200 just for the box style Fat Shark goggles.
Well, as I say, it's I was looking at the drone, my quad, should I say? I've got like an FPV screen, but to me, it's not immersive enough. You still can see out out the corner of your eyes, if you like to say. So it's not like you're immersed. So I don't know what I'm going to do. We'd have to wait and see, I guess.
I know with my box goggles, where it covers your face, now they're going to be a little heavier, but they do have them balanced well, so you don't really notice, and you are fully immersed with the goggles I have. So,
well, I'm waiting for the shows to come back out. So you'll have like Roach Coach. How you doing, buddy? There you go. Wow, Roach Coach. Thanks for popping by, dude. Let's give him a blue, shall we? Yeah. So I'm waiting for the shows to come out. So you can go and try these on, and
the tech RC shows, yeah.
So because the last thing you want to do is buy something, and you stick it on, and it doesn't no good. So
right.
I've got the Fat Shark and all the better module and everything, and I can't even wear them. So I don't know. Yeah, hi.
It depends on what's wrong with your eyesight too. I've heard people that are farsighted, the goggles can be harder whether they're box or not. I'm nearsighted, so the minor adjustment mine have for focus, I can see just fine. But I've heard if you're farsighted without your glasses, whether they're box or not, it can be hard to see correctly if you're farsighted.
I have trouble seeing here without my glasses.
So you are farsighted.
Whatever it is, yeah.
So close up is farsighted.
Right, yes, so I'm farsighted. So, yeah, kind of screwed on there. Unless
I
I have a
would look
really
at
wrong
the
one.
goggles. I would look at the goggles I have or the Ishin box style ones. They're supposedly decent with glasses.
Right. I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to give it a go. I mean, I should have got my goggles out really, but I didn't know what we'd be chatting about. But we'll give that a go anyway. Yeah,
And
I
the
know.
Ishin ones are about 80, I think,
Mm,
through Banggood. And then the ones I have are right now, they must be trying to just get rid of them. I don't know. But Hobby King has them on special for $30 without shipping. So,
well, I mean, Motion RC do a couple of goggles as well, and they're pretty cool. But
yeah.
once again, they're box goggles that's cheap as chips, but do the job. You know, so I don't know. We'll have to.
Well, I'll eventually get some fancy goggles. It's just I didn't want to get some expensive goggles and then hate it.
What's this say?
You
The
know what
head
I
case.
mean?
Yeah.
Last thing you want to do is lay down a bunch of money and then, oh crap, I hate this.
Yeah. It's like,
Which I see all the time with people with FPV stuff on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp trying to sell everything because they spent all this money and then they hate it or they can't do it.
well, I mean, the other thing as well is that you know, a lot of people. I get it. I get motion sickness. You know, I have to sit down. I'm one of these people. And if I sit in a train going backwards, game over. It's I don't know, it's my
Oh,
middle
you would
ear.
not like flying in a C-130 then.
No.
So you know how the pilots face forward, right?
Yeah.
Well, on a C-130, and when they have troops in them set up for carrying troops, you have people along the inside of the fuselage facing in, and then you have guys sitting down the middle facing out while you're flying, and then literally your knees have to be like this to the person in front of you because of how tight they strap you in.
Well, that's okay because like, on our tube trains in the UK, you're sitting opposite each other all the way down.
Okay, so it's like the train, and that
yeah.
must not.
No, the
But
train.
yeah.
So the train, the seats are either sitting forward or backwards. So you know, depends which way the train's going. It doesn't really matter. But if I sit in there and I'm looking backwards while the train's going that way, it's my brain can't understand it.
Your inner ear doesn't know what's going on.
Nah, screw
it thinks it should be going backwards, but you're going the opposite direction.
That's it. Yeah, it's like what's going on? So yeah, so I have to sit down when I'm looking through goggles or trying to look through goggles. Anyway, it's like if I close one eye, I'm good. But I don't know.
Well, what a couple people saw my maiden with the plane, and they said it made them sick. So
really,
So
well, I mean, there's I think there's Lee Davison and Victor does the same thing where they put the camera facing backwards. So when the plane's flying, you're looking at the tail, and I can't do that. I can't do that.
Well, it drives me crazy because I'm a former drone operator. So looking backwards, like he probably has his reasons for having it look backwards, but that drives me crazy because as a former drone operator, I want to see what's in front of me.
It's like, I mean, there's way true, but definitely not crap. No, FPV is not crap. FPV, if you want to be
I know what
immersive.
I know what he's referring to. So with DJI comes DJI prices.
Yeah.
And also
gotcha.
The ability to fix the stuff yourself unless you buy their DJI care. Now, sometimes you can get parts, but so a lot of people are not a fan of DJI because of that. So that's why Roach is saying I can't afford DJI crap. So I know what Northeast FPV is saying. Like, it's not crap, but at the same time, I mean, when you look at the new DJI quad, like the price they're charging for that,
It's
my
ridiculous.
my $120 Emax Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle has better quality components in it.
Wow.
Well, frame wise, it might not have the high quality battery that DJI drone has, but like frame wise, I've crashed mine a ton and never broken an arm off. Where a lot of these guys, when they crash that DJI drone, it breaks the arm off.
Well, I think Banggood have already brought out spare arms, haven't they? Someone's already cloned them. It only took a matter of time.
Well, yeah, because that's the problem. One of the reasons why I don't like DJI is you break something. It's kind of like buying a Tesla car. Like they get to decide if it's fixed or not,
Mm.
and if they want to give you parts or not. And it's like, no, wait a minute. I spent all this money on it. You should let me get parts and fix it.
Yeah. And not for someone to turn around and went, no. It's like it's crazy. But I mean, saying that, I mean, even with RC planes, I mean, I was looking at the what plane was I looking at now? Oh, my brain's gone. But anyway, I was looking at a plane on Motion RC, and it was coming up around about sort of £800, which is nearly $1,000, I suppose.
Is that one of those Robart planes?
No, it wasn't. It was oh man, my brain today. Let's have a look at it. It's one of my favourite planes as well. Hang on,
Well, yeah, Northeast FPV. Yeah, depending on what kind of components you are, you can get more expensive than the DJI. But like you said, with the DJI stuff, it's not really built for the bashing around. Like you don't, you can't go out like with my Emax and run into something and then just cycle the power and turn it back on and go back flying. A lot of times with the DJI stuff, it's more about picture than it is going out and flying and bashing per se.
Yeah. It's I can't find it now. Where's Jets? I can't look at this while I'm doing this. So I can't remember what it was called. My brain's
Reckon what DJI drone is it? Is it the new FPV one? So the biggest issue with that, regardless of how fragile it is, it's heavy because of that big battery to get 30-minute flight time. So where you can do power loops and stuff real easy with my little Emax, you do have to think a little bit more in advance with the DJI FPV quad because your sync rate is a lot higher. So you have to time it better with the DJI FPV quad.
Oh, I didn't know that. More interesting stuff.
Well, it's kind of like a hybrid between a FPV quad and the Mavic. So you have high flight time because you have a smart battery like the Mavic, but then it's designed for some freestyle flight. So I really think that DJI needs to have more competition because don't get me wrong, they have some good stuff, but the prices they charge, it's just like you guys are smoking crack.
Yeah, you're quite right, but with all the laws that are coming out for drones, and in a couple of years, I probably won't be able to build a drone and fly it. It has to be a certain standard. So maybe someone will bring it to them.
Are they going to have the under 250 gram rule for you guys like they do here?
Well, we already do have all those rules. I mean, David's the man that knows every rule.
Because here, even with the remote ID, they're coming out with like as long as it stays under 250 grams, the rules aren't going to change.
No, if it's over that everything starts to change. But in 2 years' time, the quad has got to be recognised by a certain body that you can use it. So if I make a quad that's under 250 grams, I believe, in 2 years' time, I can't fly it. You're not allowed. So lots of things are going to be changing. So the price just keeps going up and up and up. That is Roach Coach. It's the same with aircraft. I mean, you look okay. I've still yet to build the MiG 29. I mean, the price of that was
You have nowhere to
crazy.
put it though. Your
No,
hangar's
no,
full. That's one of the reasons why it's not built.
no. Tell a lie. It's down there. I got room for it down there under the bench.
Oh, okay.
I
I
was
just know
waiting.
that's why a lot of your planes are hung up on the wall behind you, is because space is limited.
Well, I don't know if I can push this back and you can see. You probably
Yeah, I
can't.
know you got your
Yeah.
F7F right there.
Yeah, I got the F4U's kind of. No, you can't see. You can just see the tail. No, you can't. There it is. It's crazy. I got too many planes. I've got a problem. But I love it. So
Not a bad thing. Not a bad problem to have.
no. It's an expensive one, but so have a lot of things. But
How
no.
are the rules going? Go ahead. Sorry.
So no, I was just going to say I have got the MiG down there. I was waiting for the thrust vectoring to come, which has. I was also waiting for which I've got now, which are the new servos and other bits and pieces. So I was waiting to everyone else had crashed and figured out the problems before I built mine. And then I got the Spitfire down here, which has got to be built, which is the next build. And then I'm holding back for a little while. Yeah. But anyway,
Well, so Dave's RC bought me a plane for my birthday, so I have the Dynam Hellcat that's supposed to be here
really
today.
right.
Yeah. I actually, for his birthday, I put money into his fund for the new HSD 262. So it's like, no, wait, since you did that, I'm going to get you a plane. So, and that's not what I was expecting. I was just expecting, hey, I want to help you get your goal so you can get that HSD 262. And he's like, well, I'll buy you a plane for your birthday. So
He's a lovely bloke. He really, really is. I mean, is he on his way yet to the air show, or is that coming up soon? He's I think
that's the second week of May.
right because he's staying with Air Marshal, isn't he? I think or something.
Overnight on his way down, and I think you said Michael Rajka, right? Sorry, I call him Rajka to give him crap. Might be carpooling down with him.
Okay, are you going down there with him? Are you?
No, so they're all on the East Coast, and even though I'm inland, I'm basically on the West Coast, so it's
it's a long journey.
Long journey, lots of money involved. I may go to Jet Jam a year from now. I'm looking into maybe doing that, flying in and then driving to it with Dave's RC. And if I do that, I'll take a drone with me so I can do some chase videos for him and maybe one or two other people. So
awesome. Well, we've got these things in the UK called Wings and Wheels. So if you probably be able to Google it, and that's a fantastic show. And I believe it's coming up in June, and that's full of quads, planes, helicopters, everything, all RC trucks, and we're actually going to stay in um, a motorhome this year. It's only 2 nights, and at night time they fly fixed wing but with LEDs, and then they have like a crash to see who can last the longest. Ah, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant show. But they've got some huge jets, megabucks. So that'd be cool.
I like a lot of the stuff Mickey BRC films.
Yeah, yes, it's a lot of that. I mean, and then they got like a big swap meet. So I actually picked
Yeah,
up
I'm looking
a
at it
ruckus from
right
that.
now.
Yeah. So
That's the big issue I have being out west.
mm,
For a lot of us guys out west, a lot of that kinds of stuff you're talking about happens back east. So like the swap meets and stuff don't happen really very often out this way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to convince a guy locally to trade me my EC15 for a brand new Arrows Husky because I don't know. It's been a frustrating journey with my EC 1500, and I know not everybody's had that issues I have. It's just been frustrating the whole experience, and so I'm trying to convince this guy selling his brand new Arrows Husky to me, and I'll give him the EC 1500.
Wow. Well, that's a good trade, no?
Well, considering he only wants 200 for the Husky, and I paid 300 on sale for my EC 1500, so
Wow. Serious bucks, money floating around everywhere. But yeah, I suppose.
well, that plane's normally 400, so
yeah,
300 on sale was a good deal.
Yeah, it's a good deal. Well, any money saved's a good deal. But this was. I'm going to try and find a good deal at Wings and Wheels and see what I can bring back. But at the moment, I've got to stop buying planes. As I say, once the FIU's built, which is be next week, I've then got to do the Spitfire and then the MiG and finish off of a couple of the planes. But I really want to get out and fly this year. So another couple of weeks, I think we're going to see some.
How are the rules going to be for planes? Is it going to be real similar to the drones or a little bit more flexibility?
No, it's planes is it's no. I don't think anything as hit planes as air fixed wing. I've heard.
You should try getting VTX camera combo like I did and try flying one of your planes.
Well,
it's super easy.
If I can fly my plane first, that'd be a good thing. But yeah, I mean, it's as I say, Dom from
easy to me, I should say. Sorry, easy to me.
It's easy for you. It's like a comfy pair of slippers for you. But no, I need to get some flying under my belt. I mean, this is the worst thing when I go to the flying field. To fly on your own, you have to have a certificate, which is your A certificate, and that enables you to fly by yourself and be insured under the BMFA. But yeah, that's the hard thing. You know, I end up flying on the simulator just to make sure that I can, to keep the muscle memory going. But yeah, so I just got to wait until the trainers go down to the field when it's a bit warmer, and we go from there and get some either cool maidens or cool crashes, one of the two.
You're right. So Terror, I don't doubt that it flies well. The problem I'm having is there was a ton of quality control issues with mine, and getting Horizon Hobby on board to admit they sent some stuff out that shouldn't have gone out has been like pulling teeth.
Wow.
Like my elevators aren't level, and they say 3 millimeters is acceptable, and it's like 4 or 5 millimeters. And then I have one screw that the hole they drilled or molded wrong. It's off by a 16th to an eighth of an inch.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Rickon. Cool.
So it's just been a nightmare. And a lot of the control surfaces were not lined up. I've had to go back through and line everything back up. It's just been a nightmare for a plane that was $400. Well, yes, I paid $300 for it, but they normally charge $400 for it. It's just been a nightmare of a plane for everything that's been wrong with it.
But you say that. I mean, there's planes that you spend sort of £500-600 on, and there's still a lot of problems. I don't know what happens to the quality department that looks at this sort of stuff.
Well, what drives me crazy is my Kingfisher.
Mm-hmm.
That was $220. Never had any of those issues with it. My 64 millimeter RC planes from Motion RC, the freewing ones, They're $98 to $110. Never had any of those issues with them. So to spend that much money on a plane and have all these quality issues, and then they don't want to admit or even try to help me, it's just mind blowing.
I don't get it. You know, if it was me and I built a plane that was perfect, E-Flight are doing it. E-Flight are bringing out the cream of the crop. They're
Well, and that's what I expected with this EC 1500 because everybody's like, "Oh, E-Flight's where it's at." I haven't experienced that with my EC 1500, so.
Was that Northeast?
But go ahead. What were you going to say?
Sorry, yep. I've had a few models I lost confidence in and sold the MiG-29 was one of them. Yes. Wow, you sold it.
The servos on the elevator.
I was disgusted. The amount of money that you paid for the MiG, the amount of hype that's for the MiG. I mean, it got lost in transit, the first one apparently, and I waited a long, long time to receive it. And during that time, that they wouldn't admit that they had a problem with the elevators. There was a couple of guys, and for the life of me, can't remember now, just sold it, but I think they made a slit in the elevator and brought it down. So it was almost like had a bit of a flap, a bit of drag, and then changing the servo solved it all. So I just could not believe more of a servo problem. Yeah.
Oh. I agree. East FPV, and in recent years, Motion's customer service has gotten ridiculous too. So they won't admit they have certain problems with their planes, but then when you talk to several people that have had the same issue, oh, well, you just set the plane up wrong or you didn't hook stuff up right. Seriously, I spent $600 on a plane and it locked up on me when I was flying. And you're going to tell me because I put paint on it or lights on that you recommended is what caused it to crash. Yeah. Not that the mixing board probably shorted out mid-flight and caused the controls to lock up.
Well, this is some of the things I've heard from people. I mean, I haven't had a problem with Motion RC Europe customer service. I've had a lot of problems with the RC Sound, Mr. RC Sound card, twice, and they both crap, and they give me money back. And then I got the Vector unit, and where they stick on the plastic housing over the servos, they'd stuck it wrong. So when the servo come back, it stuck.
It was hitting.
Yeah, and then of course it was like so if you can imagine
which will burn the servo out too, by the way.
Well, it's not just that. If you've got one, it go all the way there. This one will stop there. This one, stop.
Which means you'll have asymmetric control, which is not good.
And crash.
So that's what's wrong with my EC 1500. It's got one big servo with a rod linkage on the inside of the plane, and the how they hook on is fixed. You can't adjust it, and so one of them's like this, and the other one, and they say 3 millimeters acceptable. It's like 4 or 5. So,
what do you think of the? Oh God, my brain's gone here. You're gonna have to help me here. Draco, is it the Draco? The red.
That's a cool plane, but I think they're only charging it what they are because they've built the hype, and so people are willing to just pay it.
Well, it was a real plane. I actually follow the guy.
It's a real plane. Oh, I know, and there's a lot of skill to it. And don't get me wrong, guys. I like the Draco. I just think they're smoking crack for $600. That's all. No. I just think this whole launch, the last 2 years of them saying they're going to come out with it and then delaying anybody influencing it for 30 days besides E-Flight or besides Horizon and Mike Patey, I think has all been about controlling the hype and being able to sell it at the price point they want it to. Basically.
Well,
that's marketing and
this is it. I mean, I was thinking about getting one. I think it's along the tundra line. Where you can take off in a meter,
right.
Basically. It's that sort of line of airplane. And then if you was watching Motion RC, not this week but last week, Alpha,
the Bison.
Yeah, Alpha said the Bison's coming out, and that looks
it's 400.
Cool. 400, is that what they're saying it is?
And it doesn't have the scale landing gear, but it has suspension. It has slats.
I mean, if you see the suspension, it's awesome on it.
So, Pilot Jerry, we could argue from here till the second coming about true or wrong. I'm not really going to. I know the engineering behind it. They're full of caca. I'll tell you that right now, but let's not really go into it. When I can buy a bird like the Bison that offers the same thing, just not the styling, I'm going to buy the Bison.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a sort of a Motion RC guy.
It's not just that. Like $600 is a lot of money to me.
For the Draco,
I can buy.
It is.
I can buy more stuff for $600. So,
I mean, I'll wait to see until other people, because certain people will get the Draco before anybody else.
Doesn't mean I won't have one at some point. Probably not. I'm just saying, like, it's not just because I don't like Horizon Hobby. I know what it takes in the background for them to produce that plane. They're just charging whatever the heck they want is what it comes down to.
I think in the current climate, they could have done it a bit cheaper to sell it. I mean, unfortunately, Horizon Hobby don't deliver to the UK anymore, which sucks. So then we have to go through.
What's shipping like? So is it like $100 to get a plane like that to you?
Oh no! Wow. I mean, I bought that FIU from Banana Hobby, and I think that was about 160 pounds, whatever that is. That is 160 pounds sterling to get it over here. But because Banana Hobby had such a great deal on the FIU, that the time you worked out if I bought this sort of scale plane in the UK, it would probably been about the same amount of money. So you swallow the shipping. But so what we're looking at? What's people saying? Jerry saying funny deal with Shadow. They sold out in the first hour.
Only because they controlled the hype for that bird for 2 years.
Now the F-22
people spent $600 on the plane and they still don't have them yet.
You can get 2 or 3 for that money.
Pilot Jerry, yes, it's a cool plane, but everything about that plane screams marketing 101, and that's why they sold out the way they did.
What's that? Yeah, I will never pre-order again after the MiG fiasco. Yeah,
that's the thing. I will get a Draco, but I'm never buying a first gen. That's why Spencer Keith, just like Northeast FPV, refuses to buy a pre-order. He got burnt on that Freewing Hornet twice, and Motion was kind of a headache to deal with about it. So,
I think this is, I mean, I think I got wrapped up in the hype for the MiG-29.
Everybody did that. Got one from the get-go.
I got sucked into it, and the same with the Greco as well. As soon as I saw it, and then looked at the backstory of actually the real plane that crashed and everything else.
Yeah, there's a lot more backstory with it. Where Mike it's cool. Don't get me wrong,
but because it's cool,
because
it's cool, they're throwing an extra $150 on it or something. And said, they'll pay that. which is wrong, totally wrong. You know, it's $600 is a lot of money for a lot of people, especially in these times. You know, it's
Well, don't get me wrong. I could go buy it right now. I had the money in the bank, but uh,
ships
not only
Thursday.
would my wife kill me, but I would rather be out for a little while before I buy it.
Yeah, it's hard for me.
It's just like buying a real car. Don't go buy the first model year. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, you'll be suckered in and crazy. But anyway, listen, we have been going for an hour and a half, and I've loved every minute of it. But I think we're all getting a bit rattled about prices. But at the end of the day, I think like any company, if they know that you're enjoying it and you're loving it, they will exploit that, which is a shame. But like you say, we'll all probably buy it anyway. So check out the prices of Motion RC with their several episodes over here. Yeah. Now, just quickly, the reason I bought a Spitfire from VQ Models is because Motion RC were charging an extra 300 quid for the same model. That did upset
I
me.
know Motion's just as bad as they are
Mm,
now. They
mm,
didn't used to be Pilot Jerry. In fact,
mm,
I don't even really shop at Motion anymore for that reason.
mm. It's
Because I understand from a business standpoint, they have to make money. But when they start doing stuff like that, it's more than just about money, it's greed.
mm, it is, and what do you do? What do you do? I think the best thing that's coming out for me would be the FR Sky X20 with the Ethos, and I've got Ethos on my X10 now, and it's OpenTX on steroids, and the price of the new radio is a couple hundred quid, and it's a
That's
really really
the
cool
nice
radio.
thing about FR Sky. Even
Mm,
when they come out with something really nice and new, like it's not a break the bank
no,
price.
no, they understand that you've got like the T16, is it Pro? Uh,
Yeah, the T16S,
mm,
which is a good radio.
mm, mm,
Um, but FR Sky started that because they came out with radios, whatever no one else would do for cheaper.
mm.
And then they came out with a bunch more radios that were expensive, and everybody's like, "Well, wait a minute, what happened to the low cost FR Sky?" So now FR Sky's like, "Oh yeah, we used to sell what no one else did for less. We need to do that again."
Exactly. Well, look at my X10. I think the X10 cost me about 500 quid. It's a lovely, lovely radio. But it was like, wow, it's a lot of money. When the X9D was a couple £100 or whatever bucks, and they're doing it again. So they're doing the X20, which is a couple hundred quid, I think, and multi-protocol. Yeah, it's not. No, they won't do it, which is stupid. But whatever. I don't think telling everyone about the price increase.
There's I don't know. There's a
It's
decision made there. Just like there was a decision for the cost on the Draco, there's a decision for Motion to raise prices, even though some of the other places haven't. Um, it's decisions.
yeah, well, as the pilot Jerry says, it's business. At the end of the day, we have the power. We have this. The little. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've been putting a
Yeah.
kitchen together today. But anyway, we have this. If you don't press that button, it doesn't matter. So there'll always
Yep.
be another airplane. And
And
there's
if you guys enjoy that plane, fine.
mm,
I'm not gonna doubt it's probably a good plane. I'm not pushing the button.
yeah. Yeah, if you press that button, you can't complain. But I agree on Northeast FPV about the MiG. You bought the MiG and it's got some serious issues with the servos
Well,
and those
even
other
the
bits and pieces.
Hornet still does from Motion. I mean,
Really?
I don't think they ever totally fix the issue with the elevator on it either, because it's a similar elevator setup.
Right.
So
Crazy. Resist the buy button. It's hard, but you can do it. I tell you what, I resisted the other night. I did. I was going to buy a plane, another one. And I thought, no, just close the phone, walk away, and you'll be all right. And I was. I was very proud of myself. Yeah, the Hornet also. Anyway, listen, Eric, Shadow Ops RC, thanks for coming on. I do appreciate it. You're a wealth of knowledge, and I'm sure everyone here enjoyed it. So, I mean, we got to 11. Boom, boom. We got 11 people. We did.
Right?
So, come on. We'll continue. We'll be back next Saturday, hopefully with the Shadow Ops as well. We'll drag him back on.
Yeah, if you want me on, I'll be there.
All day long. All day. There's plenty to chat about. So hopefully we need more warbirds. There you go.
And we didn't even chat about the plane I flew in the Army. We were just chatting about RC.
Yeah. This is it. You know, it's final comments then. So Roach, like, they make it easier to resist at buy button. It's hard. It really is. At the end of the day, guys, it's just our opinions. Won't
Correct,
change.
Pilot Jerry.
Yeah.
I hope you don't think I'm mad at you, because I'm not.
It's not. It's RC banter. You know, we're here to talk, to chat, to listen. It's just because I think that £600 for the Draco's a lot of money. Hey, whatever. I might just press that crazy button. It's only because it says not in stock that I don't press it. I'm sure if it said 20 in stock, buy now, I probably would. Chris, want to finish the course there. Did you see, Pilot Jerry, last night's Friday feeling? Well, I was doing that, the engine. Have a look at it. If you haven't seen it, you can scroll through my band, that waffling. Have a look when I fired the engine up. Wow. Goose pimples on goose pimples. Next week, I soiled my pants, but there's another thing. It was, I couldn't hold on. It was, oh my God. Anyway, next week I will finish it. You don't want to hear about that. Next week it will be finished, next Friday. And we'll get it out of the field. I want to see her on the field, even if it's a taxi test, just with the wings coming down. You never know. I might just go sod it, put it in the air. Whether I can land it or not is another thing. You'll be sitting there going, "Help! Help! Help! Someone land this plane!" But we'll be back next week, and with Eric as well. Fantastic. I think we'll have to get EQ on. We'll have to see if we can try and grab him on. I think he does some fantastic models and his boats. He's got 2 boats now, isn't he? So, and Starship Enterprise he's got. If you haven't seen EQRC Starship Enterprise Maiden, go and see it. It's if you want to smile, go and see it. It just teaches you to flying in the dark with his trees. So, okay, so what are you doing, EQ? You know there's a tree there. Come on. So anyway, I'm going to call it a day because I've got dinner. So,
yeah, listen, you need to go eat.
I've got to go and eat. You got to go and fly. So thanks everyone for turning up. We reached the high score of 11 today. Fantastic. Don't forget. Listen, if you really like my channel, here we go. Are you ready for this? Look at this. Buy me a coffee.com/dads are. I should have made it go faster. Hanger, you can buy me a coffee. Now, I want to do the same thing as a few people do on here. Is that once the coffee pot is full up, we'll have a coffee machine to give away, if you know what I mean. You know, one of these bad boys. Yeah, but buy me a coffee. It's only a couple of bucks. Something like that anyway. So I thought I'd give that a go. So thanks, and we'll see you next week. And if you can't wait till Saturday, then watch the Friday feeling. Last night, gotta watch it. Please just go and watch it. Scroll about halfway just to see them props go around. So Eric, thanks a lot, buddy. And
we'll see you later.
We'll see everyone soon. Tell her now, have a safe Sunday. Ta-ra.